banking ethics, the changing dynamic. Okay, we have already completed chapter number 51, then 52, 53, 54. So today is the last one, right? In this chapter, what is the chapter name? Chapter 55 is, that is, banking ethics, the changing dynamic. Right? So this is your last chapter, and in this chapter, what all our things are included? That is the role of IT in the bank, okay, and role of ethics in the technology, okay. So what we are covering in this chapter, okay, the role of information technology in the bank. As you know that nowadays the IT is playing the significant role in the bank, okay. IT is playing a very significant role in the bank. Then data security and data privacy, okay, that also we are going to cover, data security and data privacy, right? That is also one of the important topic in this chapter, data security and data privacy. Then the next topic in this, that is IPR, intellectual property right, okay, that is IPR, intellectual property right, right? That is also we are going to cover intellectual property right, right? Then patent, and the next one is the proprietary right, okay. So these all we are going to cover in this chapter, okay. Proprietary right, right? Patent right, proprietary right, these are the important chapters. So this chapter is also very small, okay. IPR is a very important topic. Then ethics of the information security, okay. Ethics of the information security, these are we are going to cover in this chapter. See, banking ethics means, see, in the banking, what is the role of information technology in the bank, okay. Then we will cover what is the data security and what is the data privacy, right? Then the next thing here is, that is intellectual property right. What is the intellectual property right, and what is the ethics which is related to the intellectual property right, okay. Then patent and proprietary right, and the last one is the ethics of the information security, okay. So nowadays the, according to the changing time, okay, according to the improvement, actually the use of IT is already increased in the field of the, when we are talking about the banking, then definitely it is already increased the use of the IT, right? So IT normally now for the business process re-engineering, okay, for the communication, for the connectivity, IT is playing the very significant role in the banking fraternity, right? So this is, that is actually very important nowadays. Okay, so IT is actually playing the very important role, okay, nowadays. And as you know that we are using the financial system, right? Okay, we are using the financial system nowadays in the banking industry. So that is all because of the IT, right? IT has done so many changes, right? In the every areas. I mean, in the banking, in the every areas, right? So here, when we are talking about the IT, then when we are talking about the data security, and that is data privacy. What is the meaning of data security? See, data security, there is a RBI, actually they have provided some guideline, okay, which is related to the information security, electronic banking, technology, risk management and the cyber fraud. Okay, so RBI has provided so many guidelines which is related to the data security, right? They have given the guideline of the databases, data warehouse and data archive. They have given the guideline that RBI has given the guideline that how you can protect the data within and outside the institution. Okay, how you can secure the storage of media, how you can dispose the procedure for electronic and paper-based media, how you can maintain the media while in the transit or when shared with the third parties. Okay, so these are all covered under the IT. How you can blocking, filtering, monitoring the electronic mechanism like email, printing. Okay, now what is the data privacy? Data privacy is there was one committee, okay, which was headed by the retired Justice P.N. Shri Krishna in 2018. Okay, committee which was headed by the P.M. Shri Krishna in the year of 2018, right? Then what they have done is they have identified the 7 principles for data protection laws. Okay, so they have identified the 7 principles for data protection laws. Okay, so they are actually that data privacy bill that was given by the parliament during the 2022 and 23. It is not yet passed. Okay, now what is the intellectual part? Intellectual property right. Intellectual property is actually that is a creation of the asset by an individual or anyone using his or her creativity, innovation. Okay, suppose I have maybe created something. Okay, some through my creativity, through my innovation, I have created some asset. To intellectual property right is creation of an asset by an individual or anyone using his or her creativity or innovation. Where when you have given the okay, when you have created something, okay, that is called it as a intellectual property right. Understood what is the meaning of intellectual property right? So right, so intellectual property right is actually when you have created something, okay, because of your creativity and because of your innovation, okay, you have created something, so that is called it as a IPR, okay, intellectual property. Now what is our intellectual property? That actually belongs to the individual, right? So no one can do the unauthorized access of that intellectual property. That is strictly prohibited according to the code of law. Okay, so intellectual property that is divided into the two categories: patent and copyright. That is patent and copyright. That is okay. So intellectual property, that is divided into the two categories, that is patent and copyright, right? So what is the meaning of patent? Patent is invention, trademark, industrial design and geographical indication. Then the last is second is copyright. Copy is for what? That is for work, film, music, artist work and architectural design. Okay, so normally what happened here is the rights are created to copyright, okay, including those of performing artists in their performance. Okay, so that is actually, okay, so that is actually intellectual property right. It created your right, right? So it is actually the created your rights against that property. Okay, so that is called it as a intellectual property right, patent and the proprietary right. Okay, so understood what is the intellectual property right? That is out of creation of the asset by an individual. Okay, now what is the meaning of IPR? That is intellectual property right. That is actually the mechanism, formal mechanism by which asset or property is established in the intellectual asset. So IPR normally they allow the creator and innovator to use the intellectual property for his or her own benefit. Okay, and normally it prohibit to any third party to use such work. They cannot use any third party. They cannot use their work. That is called it as a intellectual property right. Okay, now what is the meaning of patent? Okay, what is a patent? That is also the exclusive right. Okay, patent is what? Patent is, that is actually the exclusive right. Normally it is granted for the invention and product or process. Okay, so if you have created something, if you have created something new, right, or then it will be provided to the so patent owner with the protection for a limited period. Normally patent will be provided for 20 years, okay, for your invention, right? So what is the meaning of patent? Patent is actually the exclusive right which is given to you for an invention, a product or process. Okay, now what is the ethics of the information security, right? The ethics of the information security is basically, that is basically information security is what? Okay, so that is actually the IT team of the bank or financial institution is the custodian of normally. Okay, so ethics of the information security covered basically whenever we are doing, whenever we are, okay, protecting the data like cyber crime and leakage of the data, then we have to follow the ethics in the bank also. Okay, now we are having the first question here, that is banking operation in a recent year are becoming increasingly customer focused and in a way getting attuned to the ever growing regulatory prescription, IT challenges, customer income and customer preferences. What is the right answer? Please tell me what can be the right answer. What can be the right answer here? So here when we are talking about the first question, that is banking operation in the recent year, okay, they are becoming increasingly customer focused and getting attuned to ever growing. Option 1 is regulatory prescription, B is IT challenges, C is customer income, and D is customer preferences. Okay, so the right answer here is that is according to the customer preferences. Next is IT has broadly been used under two different avenues in the banking. One is communication and the second one is community connectivity. The other is that is digital right management, business process reengineering, intellectual property right, or data leak prevention. Tell me, which can be the right answer here? Right? Which can be the right answer? See, when we are talking about IT has broadly, okay, IT has broadly been used under the two different avenue in the bank. One is communication and the connectivity. And the second one is what? That is digital right management. B is business process reengineering. C is intellectual property right. And D is data leak prevention. Which one is the right answer here? See, when we are talking about, that is the second one is BPR. Okay, business process reengineering. So there are two avenues. IT is divided into the two parts. One is communication connectivity and the other one is business process reengineering. Okay. Now the third is RBI Committee on Mechanization in the Banking Industry 1984 and the Computerization in the Bank 1988 were headed by the Y.H. Maligam, Dr. C. Rangarajan, Sri W.S. Saraf and M. Narasimha. Which one is the right answer? Which one is the right answer? Tell me. Right? When we are talking about the RBI Committee on Mechanism in the banking, okay, the right answer here is that is C. Rangarajan. It is a very famous committee actually. Okay, they have given the mechanization related to the computerization in the bank. A very famous committee it is. Okay. Now the next question is that is fourth one. Intellectual property right allow its creator or innovator to use the IP for his or her own benefit. And option A is allow the government also to use such work, prohibit any third party use of such work, anyone else only for non-prohibited use, and dilute the credibility and confidence in the banking business space. What is the right answer? Okay. Here we are talking about IPR allow its creator or innovator to use the IP for his or her own benefit, and it actually prohibit any third party that they can use of such they cannot use. Okay. So this is your last chapter, very small chapter. This is the chapter number 55 that is also completed today. Okay, and today I am going to start right today. Just first of all, please type here that is Adda 247. Okay, that you can type, and if you are watching this session first time, please type that is Adda247, right? And here you have the JIB and CIB category, right? Then in the JIB category, you have to click on the JIB May 2024, right? Here we have the JEET and Victory batch that is already started, right? See, Victory batch that is already started, right? And in this we have started the PPB, okay? So this is the IEIFS we have started. This is a study plan, right? From 6th of February, IEIFS is already started by the Amanjot ma'am, right? So that is already started. So you can join this batch. This is the complete study plan. Okay, D, then module A, B, and module C. Okay, so this is your complete study plan. Then, if you want to buy the Mahapack, okay, so this is a JIB Mahapack. You have to click on buy now. Then use the code that is Y666. Then apply. The price is 78% discount you will be getting.